Guys, the DOS is back, and this time round, I'm showing you the full sample of someone's personal statement that he used to win the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. Remember last time I showed you some tips you can use to write powerful personal statements that can win you such lucrative scholarships. This time round, I'm showing you exactly how someone did it. Welcome to this channel. Last time I told you that the first part of this essay is to introduce yourself, your interests, and your motivation. So this guy was applying to a program on public health. And let us look at how he introduced himself and his motivation. He says, I completely concur with Dr. William Osler, a distinguished scholar, that one of the duties of a medic is to educate the masses, not to take medicine. Certainly, a physician aiming to establish the best treatment protocol for this patient, or let's say a community health worker, baffled by the sudden increase in a specific ailment in our population, must all learn to look through the clear window of public health. With this in mind, the need for formal training in public health is imperative and must be emphasized. That is his first paragraph. Having started with that statement from a renowned public health official, this guy proceeds to declare his interest and where those interests and motivation came from. He says, my interest in the aforementioned discipline dates back to 2013 when I undertook an online course on the foundations of public health. He's now telling us what he is interested in and where this interest came from. The course introduced me to the determinants of health status in communities. I learned about the ecological model that links multiple social and natural determinants of health. The course cited numerous health initiatives. This is a very interesting twist. The guy is trying to show that he already interacted with the literature in this field. A study by Egmont et al. In 2008, for example, showed that an intervention that promoted hand washing reduced diarrhea episodes by 39 and 32% in high and low income countries, respectively. I found such initiative novel and profound. This discovery awakened my desire to study public health. I told you that here you need to introduce yourself. You need to introduce your interests and your motivation. The guy has shown that his biggest motivation is to come up with this kind of public health initiatives that bring such profound outcomes like this. The next part of the essay is one that really challenges very many people. How to talk about your educational background. Let's see how this person introduced his educational background and see what I told you should do about this matter. I have successfully worked my way through the medical school to emerge among the top students. The guy introduces his educational background in that manner. Right from admission into the University of Nairobi, I knew the formidable task ahead of me required diligence and sheer discipline. Remember, we said you need to talk about the traits that make your success a reality. The desire to go back and inspire the youths in the impoverished slum I call home could not let me slack in my studies. He talks about his motivation, why he is driven. These are the things that the universities are looking for. The early realization of my personal ambitions and the societal expectations. That is a twin realization. Personal ambitions and societal expectations. These are the things that drive him. Enabled me to devise a rigorous study plan that would guarantee me success through the 4 years. However, the journey was marred with numerous challenges. That is an introduction to his educational background to show the details of what drove him. throughout his educational journey at the University of Nairobi. Remember, when I told you about the educational background, I told you that what is important here are not the excellent grades. They are there, they are very important, but they are not the most important here. What is important here is the innate abilities that you have, the study skills, the skills that you have that could make your grades repeatable. So let us see what this guy talks about. He introduces some of the challenges that he faced and shows how certain skills and innate beliefs and traits made him to succeed anyway. He continues to say, occasionally I would perform dismally in my examinations, but I would not yield to discouragement as resilience demanded that I keep going regardless. One character that is inherent in me, this guy is talking about himself, not his grades. One character that is inherent in me is that I never give up on a task. I clearly reminisce the many nights I had to battle the sleep that came right after taking dinner. The struggle led me to the discovery that studying while standing and focalizing not only warded off sleep but enhanced my ability to recall. Indeed, such efforts ensured that I secured perfect scores to achieve an excellent grade in my final year. Remember, he is talking about the skills that ensured he achieved the perfect grades, the perfect scores. He's not talking about the perfect scores themselves. Next, we are going to talk about the career interests. And I want you to listen to what I told you the last time. In the final part of your essay, you are going to talk about your career interests and your career plan. And here, you have already introduced these interests. You have already introduced your career goal in the first paragraph where you are talking about that first introductory story. But here, now you want to show how that chosen course fits the larger career goal. The coursework has particular modules that will help you achieve the particular skills that you want in order to be the kind of engineer, the kind of social artist that you want. That is what you need to go and show. You need to discuss why you have chosen to pursue this particular course in this particular university. This, you don't need to talk about it in general, that it has practical experience that is part of the course. This is part of every other course in every other university. Talk about unique industry collaborations. Maybe this, you want to work at Google and this university has a partnership with Google engineers so that Google engineers can come and mentor the scholars. This is something that is unique to this university. Or maybe you want to work at IBM and IBM has a lab in this university where they fabricate particular parts. They work with particular lecturers to conduct particular research on particular parts of computers. You need to pick things that are so unique about this course and this college that somebody knows that you know what you are talking about. You explain what skills you are curious to gain and how they fit into your career plan. Curiosity is something that is admired everywhere because curious people are not boring. They are willing to learn. They are interested in people. They are interested in ideas. And therefore, they can look for these ideas to satisfy this curiosity. How did this guy deal with that section? He continued and said, I had an opportunity to take a course in community health in my final grade, undergraduate year. I acquired training in methods of conducting epidemiological investigations, community diagnosis, and modes of disease transmission. At the MSc level, I aim to understand the philosophical considerations and the psychology of behavior changes that cause positive health outcomes. I purpose to acquire a range of skills that will enhance my ability to conduct research in different aspects of public health. He outlined what he has done the skills he has acquired, but he thinks that there are certain gaps he needs to fill using this MSc or this master's studies. And he outlines them clearly in this paragraph. That is what you need to do. He then proceeds to introduce the major issues that he wants to solve in his career. One challenge we have in Kenya is the acute shortage of public health specialists. This was evident in the recent cholera outbreak that threatened to cripple the health sector and ravaged many households. The scourge is an ever-dreaded occurrence in the country, thanks to the absence of a functional health policy and largely misinformed population. There is also a dire need to assess the efficacy of the existing health promotion initiatives employed in sensitizing the population on ways of controlling diseases. This guy is showing vast understanding of what is happening in this field and certain issues that are faced by his country in this field. Remember, Commonwealth shared scholarships are interested in people who understand these issues that they may be useful in dealing with them when they go back home. With the skills acquired from my master's training, I aim to promote the health of Kenyans as a government officer or a private consultant. He has now given what he plans to do with these skills. And now he is concluding. The specific focus on health promotion is saying certain things in the course that are important at the university is the basis of my profound interest in the school. Now, the universities love to hear things that they do that make people be interested in them because they have ego. So this guy picked out something that is so important. Remember, he mentioned it in the previous paragraph, but now he's now talking about that particular thing that makes him so interested in the school. The multinational student body and the excellent research environment in the university will create a valuable combination for my studies. Studying at XX is a great opportunity to learn from the best scientists, and I am confident that the skills I will gain will further help me in improving health among Kenyans. So he has defined the things he wants to do. I think here, this is a very honest evaluation. He did not pick some of the unique things, except one. He only picked the focus on health promotion, but the rest of the things are general about so many universities. So when you are writing yours, you need to pick unique things about the university. Some of the existing research institutes, some of the existing research groups, some of the most powerful, renowned professors in that field. You need to mention them by name. This is very important. So this guy did not get into those details, but I think those are very important at this point when you are showing that you know that the school will actually deliver what you want. Finally, remember I told you that there are certain things that will make your essay stand out. Focus on authenticity, specificity, and clarity. The guy was very authentic. He talked about challenges that he faced, where he came from, the desires, the things that make him motivate him the most. He talked about some of the very mundane study habits that people take for granted. He was very authentic. These are things that made him succeed, and he cannot just discard them because they don't sound nice. Then he had genuine passion for this particular course, and he expressed the desire to use this course to do certain things that he thinks would make the society a better place. And he talked about the things that he is curious about, the philosophical underpinnings of public health, the things that the psychological behavioral changes that make the people take particular health habits. And then he talked about unique attributes that made his excellence happen. He talked about resilience. He talked about personal discipline. He talked about not giving up. These are the things that made his excellent grades happen. Now, this is what I showed you last time. I want you to look at your personal statement and see if it matches this kind of grading.